Hawthorn and Collingwood, the Demons have slipped from the top of the ladder. They'll be keyed up to avoid a third successive loss. And the Blues will be looking to bounce 4 wins in a row until losing last week. And, of course, Melbourne had lost their last 2. A crowd of just on 60,000 were at the MCG. Melbourne made the better of the start and led by 7 points at quarter time, 4 goals 3 to 3 goals 2. We're going to pick up the action in the second quarter. By this stage, the Demons are leading by 3 goals. There are 7.5 minutes remaining. And in the commentary box at the MCG, Bruce McAvaney, Peter McKenna and Don Scott.
Well, what a good break this by Melbourne. They've looked the better side. They lead by 3 goals. Bad mistake, Peter Dean. And I don't know how Melbourne dropped those players against Collingwood last week.
Dean's gone to full forward, Peter. They've put him to full forward after that.
Well, they have to do something, as there is Silvani going forward. Kernahan attempting to take the mark. Well played, Graham Yates.
There's a Melbourne player down in the centre of the ground.
Newport. It's at half forward. We'll pick him up in a moment.
I think it might be Lovett after that clash. Was it Love? Because he came through rather hard early on and he got the ball and he's certainly risking his body. Let's hope he's all right.
Well, all the Melbourne players are. They're going in particularly hard. There's a good tackle on Newport.
Well, Peter, I wonder if they're probably responding to that article that was in the paper last Monday after the Collingwood game, and they've got a point to prove.
They'd probably love to be playing Collingwood today, actually.
Oh, wouldn't it be?
After that, when Collingwood players apparently insinuated that Melbourne were a little bit weak. Kicked off the ground by Johnson, grabbed by Darui. They need a couple of goals quickly, Carlton. Kernahan, oh, look at that.
I think Jimmy Steins could have gone back a bit harder on that occasion.
What a good mark, Steve Kernahan.
Watch this. Now, Steins will be in front. And look, he could have gone back maybe a little harder, took his eye off the ball. But nevertheless, a good mark by Kernahan.
Oh, great mark. He's going for his 4th goal. He's the champion, this bloke.
And Lovett's all right, too, back in the centre of the ground.
Well, the 2 best marks in the game, I would think, Kernahan and Stuart Lowe of St Kilda, without a doubt.
No argument.
Steve Kernahan, normally a pretty accurate kick, had a bad day against Hawthorn a couple of weeks ago. Now, there's the low trajectory drop punt. How will the goal umpire see that? It's a goal. Steve Kernahan kicks his 4th. Carlton sneaked closer. 5-4, plays 7-4, 2 goals the margin.
Well, I mentioned he has led the Carlton goal kicking in past years, Kernahan. 1986, I think that was his first year in VFL football. 62 goals, 87, 73, 88, 54, last year 59, and he's picked up the best and fairest last year in 1987.
(46-34) as Carlton stream forward again. Kernahan against Steins. Kernahan with 4 goals and Heaver with 3 for Melbourne. Glasgow to Madden from the centre. Drop punt. Dean now playing at full forward. Hughes against him. Bassett with a little one off the ground, but it wasn't good enough. And Yates defends to Johnson. Johnson from halfback, sweeping handball to Stretch, who loves to run and attack. And he does just that. Darui in the front spot takes a comfortable mark. Spalding. Darui. Chance here for Bassett. To Phillips, who's a good left foot kick. And he kicks it high, wanting Kernahan and Steins. Steins with him with Kernahan. Chance here for Sartori. The snap is good. Oh, Cameron gets back, takes the mark, and relieves for Melbourne.
Oh, gee, the Melbourne supporters, hearts in mouths job on that occasion. The bounce favours Phoebe. Phoebe to O'Dwyer. Big Justin Madden after him. Can he get there? The hoops.
Slow motion replay, those two.
I can say that again. Moving like a glacier he was. As we see Gleeson, Phillips, back to Gleeson, Carlton. Oh, that was a dangerous hand pass. A bad option, that one.
Let the game go.
Well, Tanner was held when he didn't have it. So bad blew that. Melbourne probably would have got possession. Now Hannah, a high one. Can Kernahan take another one? He's got a few to beat. Oh, he's too many to beat. Hughes to Lovett. Brett Lovett looking for his options. A beautiful kick too, and he finds Alan Johnson centre of the ground. Oh, gee, that sets it up for Bennett. Bennett up in front. Has taken the mark.
Gee, that wasn't a good kick, was it, Peter, to a full forward? It was like a 9-iron shot out of the rough or in a sand trap. He chipped that high, and David Kernahan just couldn't get there. Fortunately for Bennett, he couldn't get there. But nonetheless, he'll score from here, Bennett.
We said that earlier, and he kicked it out of bounds. But he's kicking from 60. And a booming drop punt. It's a long kick. What a great kick. Goal. plays 5-4. Again, the margin is 3 goals.
Now, for any student of the game, any young boy, have a look at this kicking style by Darren Bennett. Now, what's this kicking style? Straight knee, taut instep, and he really does follow through. Magnificent kicking style. And he does cover a lot of distance with his kicks. And Todd Viney off for Melbourne, and Rod Keogh coming on for his first game on the half-forward flank.
52-34. The Demons lead by 3 goals in the big clash at the MCG.
And I wonder if you get any advice from his uncle, Trevor Keogh, the Carlton runner, as Trevor runs out onto the ground.
So Madden and O'Dwyer, 2 of the big men in the AFL. Madden over the top, Obst with a quick kick. 2 half-forwards, Silvani and Lyon. They've had an excellent duel. They've both really smothered one another throughout the play. And again, it'll be a ball up. Big clash between Lyon and Silvani today. Lyon playing at centre half forward, Silvani at centre half back. So a hush over the MCG for a moment. Johnson, good tackle by Hannah. Darui, Spalding, who's been good. Tingay, who was good early. Obst, who just paddles it out. Quick Keogh, free kick. Free kick to Keogh, high tackle.
So that's the value of Keogh. Now, he's not very quick over the ground, but he is very, very quick in his reaction. He gets the ball, and I've watched him in the under-19s and seconds, and he's giving the ball off before guys are there because his reaction, he thinks too quickly. Now, in senior football, I think he will make his mark.
First kick in league football.
Could be a goal.
19 years of age, wearing a famous number, number 31. And the drop punt is a very good kick. Has it made the distance? No, touched. It was straight, but just lacking in legs at the last moment. 8-5 to 5-4. So what a healthy start for the 2 new players today. Heaver, who's kicked 3, and Keogh comes on and immediately has a little impact as Kernahan brings it back in.
The half-back line. Well, Melbourne again, Newport. Now, instead of free kick to Carlton from the back. Umpires have hardly missed a trick today. And this is Blackwell. And they've been under pressure in recent weeks in the press. Well, to halfback off, Phoebe reads that well. He's playing well, Stephen Phoebe. The short one is on to centre wing now. Did it carry? It did to Johnson. Johnson immediately swings onto that right foot and kicks a long one to half forward. Lyon, backup support from Spalding.
He's hot, Spalding, isn't he?
Oh, I said it a couple of times. They should never drop him for the Collingwood game, that big game last week.
No, well, listen, he's got, as I mentioned before, he's got just tremendous courage, and he runs himself with the flight of the ball as he did on that occasion, and can turn the body and take a very good overhead mark.
Well, he's kicked 1. I wonder if we get back in this time from 45 metres. He's put it. Did it sneak in for a goal? Yes, it did. Earl Spalding kicks his second. Melbourne stretched the lead. 9-5, plays 5-4.
Yes, well, they're doing well, Melbourne. The danger signs are there for them, though, because of the fact that Carlton haven't got that many players playing well. Now, all Carlton have to do is just a concerted effort to lift, and Melbourne could be in trouble. Now, they've got to hammer home the ascendancy they've got at the moment, Melbourne.
Melbourne by 25 points. 9-5 to 5-4. Free kick to Johnson. So in the closing minutes of the first half, Melbourne has been able to stretch this lead to a very, very handy one. And a goal before half-time would be a disaster for Carlton. Tingay attacks the goal front. Kernahan getting back with Bennett. And it'll be a throw-in with Melbourne deep in attack. David Kernahan has got the job on Bennett. Seconds ticking away. And Carlton will just have to defend here and go in and regroup. Throw in. McKenzie, Spalding at the back, or Keogh with a chance, left foot, siren goes, did he kick it in time? Is it all clear? Goal.
On break. The third quarter was to be played out in 2 separate halves. Fantastic football at the MCG. Let's join our commentators at the start of the half.
Second half about to recommence, and Melbourne leads 65-34. The Demons going to the left of the screen. Almost a full house at the MCG on a perfect day for football. Madden's handball to Mackenzie, and that might be his first touch today. Bradley's left foot. 11th kick for him. Dean, who's up on the forward line again. High kick by Carlton, not really going anywhere. It'll be play on. Darui. First couple of goals important for the Blues. Lovett takes the mark at centre-half back.
Now Hawker's in the back line and Darui now on the ball. I'll try and pick up other Carlton moves.
Oh, cleverly done. That was brilliant play by Obbs to stretch his danger for Carlton, because Stretch has got Madden chasing him. Stretch with a hand pass to Lyon. 25 metres out, Garry Lyon pings away at goal. It's a great goal straight after the half-time break. Well, that was beautiful play, starting from Obbs. Melbourne move on to 11-5, Carlton 5-4, exactly what Carlton did not want.
Exactly right, Peter, and exactly the way that Melbourne wanted to start. Set off by Stretch, with Madden desperate in trying to catch him. Lyon by himself, and Fotier on the half-forward flank. Phillips in the forward pocket. They've still got Bradley on the ball, Carlton. Darui in there as well.
71-34. Suddenly, Melbourne has taken a huge grip on this game. Kernahan outmarked by Steins. He's kicked for Kernahan. Steins quickly plays on and thumps it back to centre half forward. Hannah at the back over Johnson. Hannah handballs wide. Rennett's left foot has Phillips on the lead. Slips over, and it'll be a throw in at half forward.
Blackwell now in the back pocket on Heaver.
Phillips with 12 kicks and 4 handballs. Was a busy player in the first half, but generally Carlton outrove. Naily and Gleeson both a bit quiet. Again, it'll be a throw in. Melbourne gaining about 15 or 20 metres. A real battle here for the Blues. A lot of talk this year about the character of Carlton. They bounced back and won a string of games before losing to Richmond last week, but this will really test them now. Quick kick by Darui to half forward. Steins misses this one. Lovett, who's been very, very good today, right up to his very best form. Phoebe to half forward. Heaver out of position this once, and Blackwell takes the mark.
Well, there's definitely not enough support for Kernahan up on that half-forward line by those Carlton little men. Oh, there's Bassett, gets a bad bounce. Got Fotier to lend a hand. He kicks it out along the ground to Bassett. Bassett will try and get onto the left foot, I'd imagine he does. And then elects to kick long. Kernahan again battling against Steins. It goes to ground. Danny Hughes, all ridden hard, and eventually is forced over the line.
Better play by Hughes. Early in the first quarter he was fumbling, but that's the more solid Danny Hughes we're accustomed to. Bouncing off a tackle or a bump and then putting it over the boundary line.
Huge task here for Carlton. There's a quick kick by Dean, now playing up on the forward line, but 2-on-1 here against Kernahan. That's Cameron wide looking for Tingay. It sits for him. Now it should bounce up. No, he gets a bad bounce, in fact. Tingay dusts the tackle. That was good play, Stephen Tingay. Beautiful football. Over to Alan Johnson. A bounce. Kernahan chasing him. Johnson to the pocket. Bennett has it punched away. Here's a chance for Keogh. Keogh for his second goal of the game on the left foot. Steps a goal. It's another brilliant goal to the youngster. Well, they're on fire, Melbourne. They've kicked their 12-5, plays 5-4. Big task now for the Blues.
I saw this young guy playing the night games last year, Rod Keogh, and I nominated him as the recruit of the year. He had stress fractures in the feet last year and just could not go on with it. And he's played under-19s as well this year, as well as seconds football, and it's a great effort.
Well, the Demons have kicked the last 5 goals in the game, and they lead by 7. For the moment, it's one-way traffic, and Obbs, who's done some important things today, from the centre takes a free kick. Looking for Lyon at half-forward. Bassett got rid of it in a hurry. Kernahan cleverly to Blackwell. Oh, good play by Stretch. He set the first goal up after half-time for Lyon, and now from 50 metres kicks to the goal square. Body against body. Melbourne goal surely. Johnson, easy as you like. Another one. 13-5 to 5-4.
Melbourne doing it easily. The thing I'm sitting here wondering is how much mental preparation is required for football. A lot, in my opinion. And Melbourne, you couldn't believe it is the same side. You can be physically matched with the opposition, but it's a thing between your ears that really does count as to how much you really do want to win. And Melbourne want to win today. Different side.
Well, I think they've been stung into action, Melbourne, by the importance of the game and by criticism in the press about being a bit physically weak. We said it early in the match, it's in the press over here in Melbourne, but they certainly tore it after the ball today. That's O'Dwyer. Up to Bennett, who tries to punch it on. Good mark to Silvani. On to Blackwell. Blackwell wide. Fotier against Phoebe. Phoebe's been excellent. And he gets away with ease. On the left foot and puts it out of bounds on the full. Penalty kick to be taken by Adrian Bassett. 13-5 to 5-4, and it'd take a miracle for Carlton to get up from here.
Wayne Blackwell not too good behind play either.
Bassett, Kernahan underneath it, but 4 Melbourne players opposed to him. Steins, O'Dwyer, Hughes and Phoebe. So pretty tough to take a mark.
Peter Dean going to the back line.
So he's been up and down, Dean, today.
And Hawker going to the forward line. Dean going on to Keogh.
Gleeson with a quick kick. Hughes takes a chance. Steins, Fotier. Still with Fotier, Steins and Kernahan. And it'll be a ball up. Well, Carlton, I said they needed the first goal after half-time. Melbourne's kicked 3. So if John Northey, with the phone up against his ear, would be pretty happy with the way things are going at the moment. They've lost some ground in the last couple of weeks, but they're making it up in a hurry today. Obst again doing the hard work to love it. Good skills there by Flintoff to take it with one hand. Left foot to centre wing. Spalding and also Blackwell. And it'll be a throw-in. So everything going right at the moment for the Demons.
And they're making Carlton look slow and a bit top-heavy.
Well, the point is they're in front, Peter. They're winning the ball, and you always look like that when you're coming second.
Stretch off the ground. Here's danger. Lyon brilliantly. Oh, gee, that was good play to Newport. Here's Heaver. He's kicked 3. Is this his 4th? Oh, under pressure, Brent Heaver. Yes, it's another one. Well, what a dream debut. 4 goals in his first AFL game to Brent Heaver. 14-5 Melbourne. Carlton 5-4.
Well, if we can get this on replay. Now, he really didn't look at the ball, but what a great pickup by Lyon. Newport, he's under a lot of pressure here, Heaver, and he just more or less put it onto his boot, and it curled left to right. His 4th.
14-5 to 5-4. You wouldn't read about it after the first quarter was so competitive. Lyon to stretch. Bennett on a lead. Dean takes the mark. Well, what can Carlton do? They're shell-shocked. There's no question about that. Bassett, they're having to go wide for their kicks. Bassett just pops one up, hoping. Madden, 3 Melbourne players against him. Take your pick this time, Steins, who took a chance away from Kernahan. Well, they're undermanned everywhere at the moment, Carlton. Steins to half forward. Spalding tries a one-hander. Blackwell with a quick kick. Stretch, who's been quite sensational in the opening minutes of the second half, takes a mark. Where are his options? Thumps it with a long one. Bennett coming in late. Lyon, snap. Behind. So it's 14-6, a kick 4 straight, Melbourne. In fact, they'd kicked 6 goals straight since their last behind. So that's how well they've been playing. 14-6 to 5-4.
Class by Lyon then to... Although he only kicked it behind, he got that ball onto his boot very, very quickly. Sign of a good player. There's Hannah to the half-back line. Spalding, outmarked that time by Dean. Dean onto Rennett's. Rennett's wide, looking for Darui against Danny Hughes. Hughes taps it to the ground. It's good play. Newport back to Danny Hughes. A high floater to the half-forward line. They wait underneath it. McKenzie taps it down, taken by Keogh, but it might be a Carlton free kick in.
Peter, on that occasion. I think it was Alan Johnson who stayed down, really didn't have eyes for the ball. And the umpires are now instructed to pick up the guy who's not going to the ball and reward the free kick against him.
Hannah to centre wing. Oh, they need some of those little men to start firing. Here's one of them, Gleeson, who's been fairly quiet since early in the game. Satori. How the umpire see that one? It's play on. Fotia in after it, grabbed by Yates. Naily a chance on the left foot. Hooks it back at goal. Stretch. I think it's a goal to Carlton. Yes, it is. The handball around amongst themselves because no one was running to spaces a moment ago. There's Dean, or danger. Grabbed by Hannah. Hannah straight up in the air to the half-back line. Kernahan is there. Punched by Steins, a 30-metre punch. Who will it favour? DeRuy, a quick kick. Lands with Hawker. Now look at this again.
There's plenty of space. He can kick it long, Peter. They can run onto it.
But he hit the weight. There's no one on the muck. Now he kicks long. Foti is the only man there, and he's only a little fella. Here's a chance. Kernahan looking very tired. Shuffles it out to Bassett. Bassett not sure where to go. Now he'll find Foti. He's got loose man everywhere. He could have given it to Gleeson. Over the back. Here's a chance for Naily. An open goal. Goal to the Blues. That's his third. Well, maybe that'll lift them. They're within distance. 8-8 plays 14-6.
Well, they're 34 points behind. And a very slow build-up. I thought that they should have gone quicker. Hawker, when he got the free kick, put it up. Bassett really nowhere to go. Gleeson could have brought it around into the centre, but a good play there by Naily to finish off his third.
Well, they trail by a long way, Carlton, but they've had the last 7 scoring shots of the match. They've kicked 3-4 after that avalanche from Melbourne at the start of the quarter. So if they can get another one, who knows? Heaver's handball wide. Obster's been magnificent, I reckon, today to Glenn Lovett. To Spalding, who could score from here. The drop punt, not good. He really should have done better. He had a lot of time.
Glenn Lovett's now picking up Craig Bradley.
So, as I say, Carlton are chipping away. They've had 7 shots without reply. And whilst they trail by 34 points at the moment, they're just starting to get on top.
Silvani, what a great clash that is. Silvani and Lyon, 2 of the young champions of the game. Phoebe has been terrific. There's Rennett's brought to ground. In went Hawker, trying to shuffle it out. And they could do with a couple of quick ones before 3/4 time. They've got just under 4 minutes of play in which to do it. But they have picked up their game. Bradley being picked up, as Don said, by Glenn Lovett. Steins has had a good quarter. Oh, well done. Beautiful play, Fotia. And then he hooks it back to the pocket. But sheer desperation got him that ball. Half forward for Carlton will be a throw-in. There's Dominic Fotia.
He's done all right since he's come on. He's had 6 kicks. Hasn't quite had the impact of Brent Heaver for Melbourne because he hasn't kicked a goal, but he's won a couple of important kicks in the last 5 minutes. Satori in the front. O'Dwyer did it comfortably to Phoebe. Handball was very good to Lovett. Left foot to centre wing. Spalding and McKenzie. Silvani and Lyon. Silvani, very good play. DeRuy to centre half forward. Kernahan. Still with Kernahan. Still Kernahan to Hawker. To Gleeson. High one. Naily versus Yates. Hughes getting back. Naily. Fotia and Yates. Still Fotia and Yates. The ball still to be won. And in the end, I reckon Carlton did pretty well to hold it there. So, 90-56, and Peter, a goal here would really raise their hopes.
Well, they'll give them some chance if they could get within 5.
Well, they'd be back to square one at half-time, wouldn't they?
Well, here's a chance. Naily, for goal number 4, has hooked it and has missed. But as you said earlier, Bruce, they've had most of the scoring shots in the past 10 minutes. See the time clock ticking down. 2 minutes and 17 seconds of play left before 3/4 time. Danny Hughes started off on the ball. The drop punt to the half-back line. Not much tall timber there for Carlton. That was Spalding, the hand pass. Bradley trying to grab it. He does. Well done to McKenzie. The short chip pass. DeRuy should kick it quickly. He does. The bounce. Which way will it go? It'll favours Carlton. Kept on to Naily. Naily an open goal. Goal number 4. It's through for another one to the Blues. Well, maybe they're coming back. 9-9 plays 14-6.
Well, Naily has been very, very good up in that forward pocket, especially in this, the 3rd quarter. He's kicked 3 goals. In actual fact, in this 3rd quarter, he's kicked 3 goals, 1. For the game, 4-1. He kicked his first goal in the 1st quarter. It's a good effort by the forward pocket rover.
Well, a real MCG roar now. 90-63. Carlton's had the last 9 scoring shots. They've kicked 4-5 without reply from Melbourne. They've still got a lot of work to do, but suddenly a game that looked lost, they've got some hope. Hannah from half-back. They've got to maintain their poise now and hold Melbourne out at least till three-quarter time.
Well, this was noticeable, Bruce, that Melbourne were taking it easy early in this third quarter. They've got to maintain pressure.
Bradley to half-forward, Kernahan almost. Fodia tries to crash through, caught. Gets it out to Bassett. Gleeson. Bassett, free kick.
Free kick.
Free kick to Bassett.
Well, he played on and kicked a goal.
It's got to come back. Well,
the ball's starting to run for Carlton now. Melbourne is starting to run second. You can see that free kick by Lovett.
So,
watch this on replay. Here's the ball. Free. Steins, I'm sorry, it was Steins over the top of Bassett.
Well, Adrian Bassett has kicked 3 goals in his league career. He's had a quiet day with 4 kicks and 8 handballs, but you'll hear a mighty roar if he can kick this one. He's 40 metres out. The drop punt, it's a good kick. Has it snuck in? I think it has. And there's the Carlton roar. 10-9 to 14-6.
It kicked 5-5 to Melbourne's nothing to trail by 21 points at three-quarter time. We pick up the last quarter with 21 minutes remaining.
Good play earlier by Madden in that ruck duel against O'Dwyer where they pushed and shoved and he won out. Satori over the top that Gleeson will it sit for him. He's got it, the little rover, he hooks it back in front of goal. Hits the deck. Alan Johnson's there to tap it over the line.
Those players playing in a bit of duress. You can see the sun right in the goal square, and they're looking directly into the sun. And you can see the hands of some of the guys up, shielding the sun from their eyes.
They're facing the west. Here's Nailey going towards goal. Is that a free kick? No, the umpire calls play on as it's grabbed by Alan Johnson on the left foot out wide. A one-on-one contest, but I think it'll be... Oh, no, Reynolds keeps it in play. That was good football to Gleeson. Gleeson went for the hand pass. Melbourne, good pressure. Taken away by Alan Johnson with his experience. Kicks it long to the centre of the ground. Hannah from behind went for the mark. He should have punched. Grabbed by Keogh off the side of the boot. A chance for players to fly. Over the back is Blackwell. He sits and waits for it. He's collared from all angles and the umpire's given Blackwell a free kick.
It's interesting on that occasion, young Heaver ran away from the action hoping the ball had come over. Early in the first quarter he was running to the action.
Blackwell from halfback. Gleeson on a lead, Obst with him. Obst has had 8 kicks and 6 handballs but has done a lot of the hard work. Drop punt, back to half forward, Blackwell front spot. No free kick this time. Melbourne try to keep it there. Dean just over the top. McKenzie, still no score in this final term. Kernahan and Steins. Bradley swoops on it. He's got wonderful skills. Left foot the full forward, Satori. Stretch at the back. Hughes, still with Hughes. Love it. Lovely handball to O'Dwyer. Stretch. Off the ground. Bennett. Hannah.
Should have gone a bit harder there, Darren Bennett. He had Millum Hannah all set up.
In other words, you're saying he should have run straight through
right
him, Don.
through him and put him in the grandstand.
Well, he attacked it pretty hard, Don, but if you say so.
There'll be a few mothers watching who wouldn't like their sons in that position, I wouldn't think, as it's kicked away by Darui. Out wide to centre wing. Will it sit for Hannah? I think it will. Yes, he can give a hand pass to Bassett. He does. Bassett should kick long. Kick it down to Kernahan. He goes the short one to Kernahan instead. Now, Steve Kernahan. Where's the lead? The lead is to the pocket. Satori caught behind. Taps it down. That was good play. A chance for Nailey. Goal to Carlton. 5 goals. Mark Nailey. Well, are we going to see a boil over? 5 goals to Nailey. Carlton take this score on to 11-9. Melbourne remain on a 14-6.
Well, there's a couple of instances I remarked earlier about the momentum starting to go Carlton's way. Melbourne will really start to have to regroup and get back to what they were doing earlier. Some of the guys running away from the action, not putting themselves in. 90 to 75. Melbourne has kicked
the last 6 goals, 5, or rather Carlton has kicked the last 6 goals, 5 of the game. They still trail. Hughes got a free kick and he's going to have to take it now.
It's better that he send it long because Hughes is a thumping kick of the ball.
Well, Melbourne hasn't goaled since the 9-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. Do they want one now?
Oh,
Bennett takes off. Glenn Lovett. It was smothered. Lyon cleverly. Heaver. Will he kick his 5th? I think he did. Well, the 18-year-old steadies the D's as they lead 15-6 to 11-9.
That's good play by young Heaver. That's a steadier that Melbourne might want, but they don't want to steady down because there's still a long way to go in this game. There's 18 minutes and a lot can happen in that time. He ran away from the action earlier when it came. He's got to run to where the action is, and he did on that occasion, and his 5th goal. It's a great effort.
Great play by Lyon. That tap down to Heaver resulted in that goal. Back to the centre. Madden has been terrific to ruck all day. Punched away by Hughes. There's Silvani. Waits for it. Good play by McKenzie, trying to put pressure on. There's Lyon. It comes to Phillips. It's not over yet as Carlton go forward. Kernahan, a brilliant mark by Kernahan. That's class. And Hawker's on his own. You should get it to him quickly. Yes, he's found him. 40 metres out, directly in front, and is a good kick of a football.
And there's a fight in the goal square between Cameron and Satori.
Well,
and they're wrestling on the right on the point of the goal square as Hawker lines up.
an umpire ignoring it, just watching the game. Players will get on with it. Hawker, can he reply to young Heaver's goal? Hawker, a high floater. It's missed. A bad kick. He kicked that far too high. He just tried to guide that one. David Flintoff, an injury. What's the problem, Michael Roberts?
Yes, he took himself off the ground. Yates came on, and they've been working on his vertebrae, on his spine, with referred pain down to the hamstrings.
Free kick, Michael, against Kernahan, going to Cameron as Hughes was about to kick the ball in. Oh, gee, Kernahan hip and shoulder, gets away with it. Phillips over the top, Carlton going again. Hawker to the goal square. Kernahan outnumbered. Almost takes a great mark. Gleeson off the ground. Is it a goal? No touch. Rush through.
I thought Kernahan was going to mark that.
Well, he's about the only man in the AFL that had a chance in that situation. 15-6, 11-11. 22 shots to 21. Kernahan all fired up. And 59,782 people are loving this contest as Obbs takes the run.
The kick to centre wing. Bassett, a good mark. He is very...
Should have gone on that occasion, Peter. He was waiting for the crumbs. He was starting to run off.
Well, dangerous kick, but it's come off to Darui. Darui, that's good football to get on with the game. He's looking for Kernahan again at the back. Grabbed off the pack by Phoebe. They're defending desperately, Melbourne. Silvani flies. Lyon's in there too, and Spalding. They're trying to get it out, the Melbourne players. Now Silvani brilliantly to Bassett. Kick it long, he should. He should go... Oh, he's gone for the handball. Or did he go too far? He should have got it and kicked it long in a situation like that. He's run too far. Bad play.
Just watching Stephen stretch on that occasion. He's running on the outside of the action. He's got to get in there and put some pressure because Bassett is his man.
Hughes receives from Lovett. Gee, that was a bad mistake, but there's Hughes going too half forward. Two Carlton players, Dean and Silvani, when the pressure on, are very, very good.
Well, the Blues had no options early in this second half, but they've got them left, right and centre all of a sudden. Hawker's got Darui very short if he wants him. Goes long. Kernahan's the target. And he takes it.
Steins has got to get in front. He was better when he was in front. It was a contest.
He's a champion, Kernahan.
He sure is a champion. And this is the mark of the captain, who's taken 9 marks today and kicked 4 goals. And I'll put the pressure on him. If anybody in the Carlton side was kicking from this position at such a crucial time, you would want this man, number 4, to have the ball in his hand and faced with the responsibility. And the drop punt, he's missed it. So we've really put the mocker on him. A bad miss. So with Bassett, Kernahan and Hawker, 3 mistakes in a row. Carlton could have been a bit closer.
Well, they only trail by 3 goals. There's time.
Beautiful kick by Hughes.
Kernahan again. 10th mark. 10th mark. Steve Kernahan. Now he's getting on with it. Satori, back. 40 metres out, directly in front. If he kicks this, they will trail by 2 goals with the time clock showing just under 40 minutes of play.
And the run, very hard to cut off unless the ruckman gets back.
Peter Satori for his second goal. It floats. It's a goal. 2 goals the margin. Well, 15-6 Melbourne. Can they hang on? Carlton 12-12 coming home hard. Hannah receives from Gleeson. The long kick to the half-forward line. Garry Lyon gets a bad bounce.
Oh, well done, Lyon, to trap that ball because it was going past. A bad bounce and a great effort.
And little Fotier, too, a good effort to put himself in there and trap that ball at the bounce. Well, if Carlton get a goal here, it's going to be on. 2 goals the margin. Let's see what can happen. Steins, Kernahan, Hawker. The kick is by Tingay. Comes to Bradley, who's been excellent since half-time. Grabbed by Fotier. Back to Bradley. Bradley round the corner, a high floater. 2-on-1. 2 Melbourne, 1 Carlton, and Melbourne went out. Mark to Brett Lovett.
Oh, no, it's a free kick. It's against.
A push out to Phillips. Well,
Against Keogh.
oh well, that could be vital. Let's have a look.
No, it's set around the neck.
Round the
See
neck.
there, the left arm of Keogh.
Well, here's Phillips at the 50-metre line on the left foot. The long driving drop punt. It's coming a little bit wide, but it could be a vital point in the long run. They now trailed only by 11 points, the Blues, and coming home hard.
96-85. Hughes goes short to Lyon. Bassett going to try and run him down. Lyon with a quick kick. Defender's kick. And he'll get away with it.
Well, the umpire thought about it.
That was good play by Lyon.
Well, Don, Melbourne's had 1 scoring shot in about 40 minutes.
And it's Lovett coming off Newport back on to pick up Bradley. That's a good move.
Madden in the front spot, but Stretch able to take it. High one. Not a good kick for his forwards. Dean at the back. Hannah, who's been very good. An excellent tackle by Yates. Good tackle on Melbourne too. Viney to Dean. Dean with a defender's kick to Bassett. It should sit. It does. Bassett gives it to Blackwell. Some experience here to Hawker. Hawker to full forward. Kernahan. Yes, what a mark. Sensational.
Oh, that is great stuff.
Well, Don Scott mentioned yesterday about your hair standing on the back of your head. What about that one?
Well, the wheels look like they might be starting to fall off for Melbourne.
11 points of difference. Well, we said it 5 minutes ago, Don. You'd want this man kicking for your life.
But he kicked a point last time, Bruce.
And he did. And let's see if he can make amends. Will he put Carlton within 5 points, the captain? From 45 metres, and he's missed it, I think. Or, let's see. Point. Well, he's missed 2. You wouldn't read about it.
Gee, that would have lifted them.
15-6 to 12-14. But it is a thrilling finish just the same.
10 points the margin. Carlton with the momentum. Melbourne stopping. Madden at the back. Punches at the ground. Hawker. Free kick to Hawker. Too high. So just little things going Carlton's way.
Putting a lot of moves. Steins now on the ball, and O'Dwyer's gone into the forward pocket for Melbourne, and there's a free kick.
Oh, yes, no
Cameron
doubt.
against Hawker.
Short one on Darui. 40 metres out. A high kick. Will it drop short? Another behind comes up to Carlton. So they're peppering the goals.
Well, if you work on percentages, it's got to go Carlton's way eventually. That's their 15-point, 27 scoring shots to 21.
Well, they're bombarding the goal, the Blues. Hughes has kicked to half-back. It was touched before it went out.
Very lucky to be touched too.
Well, Melbourne look a bit rattled, Don.
Well, they are, Bruce, and they really haven't got their act together for a quarter and a half now. The players started to relax, and you can't afford to do that in modern football.
Sartori wins a tap. Bradley caught. Justin Madden gets a kick away to centre-half forward. Hughes underneath it, and he takes a good mark. Quickly plays on with a sweeping handball to Johnson, and maybe Melbourne can set it up here. Second bounce. 3. High kick to centre-half forward. Silvani in the best spot. Couldn't take it. Viney's handball. Heaver. Heaver to Spalding. Spalding's kick has missed. And a behind. 15-7 to 12-15. Earl Spalding, who's kicked 2 goals, 3.
Well, that's still 4. Oh, no. They really need 2 shots.
10 points in it, Don. So still 2 kicks as Kernahan to bring it back in.
A very nervous John Northey on the phone. David Kernahan to the half-back line. Justin Madden, Earl Spalding. It hits the deck. Peter Dean has got the run. Dean the long kick to half-forward. Gleeson in front. Punched over the top. Here's Nayley. It sits for him. Nayley trying to get onto the left foot. Hooks it back towards the half-forward line. The mark has been taken by Brett Lovett.
Melbourne players just not manning up. They're giving a little bit too much latitude to all Carlton players.
Lovett shoots it across to Steins at half-back. Steins.
Mucking around Steins.
Now Steins now going for the long kick. That's better. That's a free kick to Melbourne. Should have been against Blackwell. Suck it up the ground. Free kick to Silvani for hell. Silvani going on with the job. Great play, Silvani under pressure. Should have been a free to Melbourne though a moment ago. Inside to Phillips. Phillips to Hawker. Hawker the chip pass. Who is it? Kernahan. Oh boy.
I'm not going to say anything now.
Bruce McAvaney, keep your mouth shut. I know he's a South Australian, but the chip pass to Kernahan, he's got to eventually kick one. Well, he's kicked 4th of the day. Well, what a comeback this by Carlton. Full marks to make this such an exciting game. Just under 7 minutes of play left. Kernahan for his 5th. From 46 metres. Oh, shocker. A bad one, out of bounds on the ball.
South Australian, Bruce, and they do crumble under pressure.
Not this fellow, but he's missed 3 today that you wouldn't read about.
That is a poor kick, though, by...
All in the last quarter, too.
Well, they're just hanging on Melbourne at the moment. I wonder if they can do it. It's a Lovett to the half-back line. A pack of players will fly for this mark. It's over the back. Bradley's been great. To the half-forward line. Kernahan, was he held? It's a mark!
He's too big.
Oh, he is a dead-set star. Kernahan, he is killing him.
He's not doing it on the scoreboard, not capitalising.
13 marks today.
He's just too big. I would have left Steins there and told Steins to get in front of him, because Steins did it in the 2nd and 3rd quarter and started to limit Kernahan.
Well, he must kick one eventually, surely. They're on 12-15 Carlton. They lead by 10 points. This would make it 4. The kick by Steve Kernahan. He's kicked it. 4 points the margin. The Blues are coming at Melbourne.
Clubs 97 to 93, and this could be the most damaging defeat to Melbourne for years if they don't win this. They led by 55 points at one stage. Love it with a quick kick. There's less than a goal in it. It's 97 to 93.
Magic smother by Phillips in the centre, and good play by Lovett.
Rennett's the half forward. Gleeson out of position. Kernahan.
Great play. Love it.
He really only went with one hand. He should have gone with 2 then, but he's hurt himself, and also Lyon's down.
O'Dwyer at full forward for Melbourne, and Bennett's come out the centre half forward. 97 to 93. They led by 55 points. Steins caught and gone. Nayley weaves his way through and caught. And it'll be a ball up. Well, the umpiring's been consistent, hasn't it?
The umpiring's been outstanding today. John Russo and Peter Keogh, they've let it go and only played the fair dinkum free kicks.
4 points in it. Obbs not happy.
Well, Obbs should be picking a man up. He's there by himself, hands on hips.
Satori and Steins. Steins wins it. Newport's quick kick. Rennett's. Still Rennett's. Caught. Satori off the ground, off Bradley. Johnson. These are the desperate last minutes of a wonderful match. And no, yes, the mark pay. It'll go back. And it'll go back to Mackenzie. Hawke at the back. Steins. Quick handball to the safety of the boundary
Just
line.
over 4 minutes remaining. There's still a chance. A big chance for Carlton.
Well, Carlton trailed by 4 points. There's the time clock, just under 4. Madden has rucked all day in a great effort. Hawker cleverly looking for Fotia. And towards the boundary line went Alan Johnson.
Well, what about that goal on the siren now in the 2nd quarter when Keogh
Well, that was
kicked it?
doubtful. That was doubtful.
Yes, he did. He scored it certainly after the siren. There's Bradley, who has really lifted Carlton. Since he came into the game,
Half-time.
since half-time, it's made an enormous difference to the Blues. Satori against O'Dwyer. Madden over the top. Here's Nayley. Oh, he got one in the midriff. Here's a chance for Steins. Steins the long one. Blackwell caught behind. Punches, disciplined play, Blackwell. Oh, good play, Carlton. The tap out finds Hanna. He can run. Shepherding going on behind.
That's good chasing by Bennett as long as he keeps at it.
Hanna nearly caught. Oh, he went a little bit too far. On to Kernahan. Kernahan the long kick. Hawker in front. Nayley copped one. He's still down behind the plate. Tapped on by Hughes and deliberately to the line. But the umpire will certainly let that go. As that was...
Love it. He's got to do up his lace. He's doing up his lace when he should have a man.
Well, less than 3 minutes remaining. Huge crowd at the MCG, and they're loving every moment of it. Viney with a free kick.
Yeah, the umpire's picked that, Hallam, and it's play on.
So Viney thumps it towards full forward. Spalding at the back. Chance for Melbourne. Heaver, who's kicked 5. Yates spins around. Left foot is a good one. Oh. It could bounce through. It will not bounce through, and it should be rushed over, and it is by Renitz. 15-8 to 13-15, and the margin is 5 points.
Well, Hanna's by himself out here on centre wing, signalling for the ball.
And he's also got Darui. I think Darui. Oh, stretch comes across. Good play, Darui. Put his body in. Chance for Melbourne. Grabbed by Keogh. An open goal. The long kick on the left foot. Will it bounce through? No. Just misses.
That was a good effort by Stretch because they were outnumbered then Melbourne 3-1. You can see Stretch in the hands of the trainers.
Will we have a draw? A goal the difference. The short one is on. Renitz. Handball over the top. They've got the loose man, McKenzie. McKenzie elects to kick long. That's good play at this stage of the game. Satori, back up support from Hall.
Oh, well done, Hughes.
Great play, Danny Hughes. Trying to shuffle it out. The brilliant Bradley taps it on, was held.
He was held.
He was held. A free kick to Craig Bradley on centre wing.
You can't do those type of things what Newport did on that occasion in a critical situation. The ball's the object.
Less than a minute and a half to go. High one by Bradley. Oh, missed by Hawker. Dropped by Steins. Satori's handball to Nayley. Can't get rid of it. Phillips ducks his head. Melbourne do well. Stretch gets it. Just over a minute to go. Important mark coming up. Viney against Hanna. Hanna against Viney. Hanna wins it. Left foot. Will Carlton take a mark? Kernahan at the back. Couldn't do it this time. Hughes' handball and a throw in.
49 seconds.
Well, what a finish.
Melbourne have got to thump this back to the boundary line. He's got to set him up. Come over the back on this occasion.
Madden and O'Dwyer. No free kick coming up. Bassett off the ground. Melbourne over the top. Hobbs misses it. Fodia looks for a free kick. Tries to put it through his legs. And again, it'll be a ball up.
27 seconds.
Well, 1 goal the difference. The D's led by 55 points, Melbourne, at one stage in this match in the 3rd quarter. The time ticking away. Carlton have got to grab it and kick a goal. Love it off the ground.
That's good play.
Viney, and Viney should be able to save it. There's 9 seconds remaining. A good kick, and Melbourne is going to win. The Demons will win it. 15-9 to 13-15. Here goes the siren, and there it is.
Incredible. Melbourne led by 31 points at half-time and by more than 9 goals in the 3rd quarter and hung on to win it by 1 kick. 15-9-99 to 13-15-93. For Melbourne, Heaver in his first game kicked 5 goals, and for Carlton, Kernahan and Nayley both kicked 5 goals. Well, the action